Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again live and direct from Unleashing the Creativity Within You. And I got another powerful message for you today. This message is entitled Move Different. Woo! Move different. See, in order to move different, you got to think different. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And by that I mean, not everybody thinks the same, so not everybody moves the same. You know, some people, I had to get some new brake pads done on my car this past weekend. And while I'm there, I'm speaking to the gentleman, and he's trying to pick my brain. And I realize he's trying to pick my brain, so it's okay. Let me talk to him, a bit. Dialogue in the conversation. So he's like, yeah, I've been working. He said, do you work weekends? I said, I do not. He said, oh man, you're living a dream. I said, that is in perspective. I said, because a dream, everybody has different dreams and everybody has a different level of aspiration. So I'm like, okay, how about you? He's like, well, I'm here every other weekend. I said, okay. I said, so do you ever think about retirement? He was like, no, I'm basically going to be the working poor. I'm going to work until I can't work anymore. He said, you can't really plan retirement. I said, I said, to him, everything in life can be planned. In fact, if you fail to plan, then life is going to make some choices for you that you wish it didn't make because you failed to plan. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, you can supplement your income simply by doing some other investments or some other businesses that you can make the same amount of money that you make right now, and that your time is freed up and you don't have to be doing that for the rest of your life. Doing something that you don't want to do. So, as we begin to talk, his face began to light up. It's like hope began to come inside of him. He asked me a few more questions, and as I answered it, the best of my ability, his mind started to open up. He started to see things differently. He was like, man, I have to go home and talk to my wife about some of these things that we talked about. And so when you start thinking about moving different, right? When you think different, you're going to move different. You're going to be in a different circle of friends with people, because like always attracts like. You're never going to be comfortable with people who don't think like you. Not saying they have to look like you. Not even saying they have to have the same culture and background as you. But when you think the same, you're able to dwell together in a more comfortable position. Like you're not likely to argue with someone who thinks like you do, as opposed to a person who doesn't think like you. Argument can come out of that conversation because you don't think the same. When you don't think the same, you move the same, right? Now, some people you don't have to argue just because you don't think the same, because that's where maturity comes into place. But some people just can't. Some people just can't do it. They'll argue over anything because they haven't reached that level of maturity. But I'm talking about moving differently. I'm talking about moving in your gifting, moving by knowledge instead of just emotions, right? Some people want to fight because they're mad and they don't know how to control themselves. But I'm saying move differently with your wisdom, move differently in business, move differently in your skills, move differently in your communication skills, move differently with a different crowd, a different group of people who can help push you to another level, right? And vice versa. You do the same with other people, because iron sharpens iron. But like I said, in order to move differently, you got to think differently. So how do you think differently? This is what I'm coming down to. You got to get different information that's going to impact your thinking, right? You got to get different information that's going to impact your thinking. So in order to think differently, you got to be exposed to something different. Some people take the same route to work every day, going and coming back. Some people eat the same food every day. And if they do go out to eat, they go to the same restaurants all the time. Some people watch the same television shows all the time. Yeah, I know you like it, but that's why it's variety, right? Some people go on vacation, if they go on vacation, to the same place all the time. Now, in order to be exposed to something different, so you can get different information, so you can think differently, so you can move differently, you got to try some things different. You got to talk to some different people. You got to read some different books, right? You got to go to different places, right? To get that exposure, because then once you see something different, a seed is planted in your mind. And you're like, man, okay, this is how this works. oh, this is the place that such and such went to. Let me try that. Or as you're a couple, let's go here. And you might like it. But because you might like it, you'll see something different. It will impact you in a different way so that you can think differently, and then you start to move different and make different decisions. Because your decisions always determine your life. That's a bomb going off. Boom! Your decisions determine your life. So if you get better information, see, the problem is not that people don't get information, it's they get poor information. If you get richer information, I'm not talking monetary, but if you get richer information in your mind, then you can make better decisions, which allows you to move differently, right? When it comes down to your life, whether it comes in terms of retirement, or putting your children in private school, or fixing your credit, purchasing a new home, starting a business, right? Your relationship with God, how to increase in that, how to have a greater level of faith, how to have better health, what foods you should be eating, what foods you should not be eating. That's what I'm talking about, and moving differently, right? So I hope this message inspires somebody out there to move different. And how do you move different? By getting different information. How do you get different information? By exposing yourself to new and different things, right? As long as it doesn't go against your beliefs biblically, then it's okay to get new information because it helps you to think differently on a higher level, which will help you to move differently. Follow my train of thought. Until next time, this is your man Mike Bowens saying, be blessed.